good afternoon, and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today you got myself, Captain Coop, and I have our wonderful and ever so missed the talent,
that's right,
Major McFarland.
How we doing?
Thanks for joining us today, guys. Hey, I wanted to say thank you guys. I know last week we missed the Titan Talk. Unfortunately, I was not well, and I had to go home to get better. I don't know if my voice still has a little bit of a rasp to it, but I went down for Friday. I was down for the count. So I apologize not having a show. We appreciate you guys' patience, and we thank you guys for joining us today. It's good to see everybody, and I'm glad to have Major with me today.
What's up? It's good to be back. Hold on, I got to get
to go with us. He's going to pull it up, so he's got the comments and everything. Today we wanted to do a not shop talk. Since we missed yesterday, we wanted to kind of just do something nice and easy, fun, kind of get everybody back into it. So we're going to talk a little bit about some events that are going on around us and some things that we like, and that kind of take it from there. So
what you had mentioned it. What's the first one you talked about?
So we got the Renaissance. I think is still going on right now.
Yes,
locally, the Kansas City Ren Fest.
We used to go
cool.
as a family every year, but the last couple of years, as the family's grown, it's been hard to get everybody coordinated. But yeah, it's a good time.
Well, I know we've got a bunch of officers that go, and I went. Yeah. I think it was last year.
Is it 500 or 400 kittens?
400.
Yeah, I believe 400 kittens attends.
Yeah, he goes all the time.
So, but yeah, no, it's a good time. Definitely some people watching.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and the cool thing about something like the Renaissance Fair, besides like the people watching though, is they've got some of like the good food out there. You know, with
Scotch. I think it's Scotch eggs.
Is that what it is? You don't like those?
What? It's a deep fried deep fried hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Oh yeah,
I like the turkey legs though.
Those are
I
good.
I love the turkey.
My
legs.
brother-in-law's big on eating meat that's still attached to the bone, something feral.
I mean, it's just really cool. I mean, you walk around with a turkey leg.
Yeah, they're good. Surprisingly, I've never done the pub crawl. I heard those are a good time too.
Like downtown?
No, like at the Ren Fest.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, they do like one of our former officers just messaged me saying, watching you with his eyeballs. He's worked patrol with me. I won't say his name so I don't out him. But
I got you.
Yeah. Good dude. I ran into him at the airport, not to give away where he works, but when I was going to my Mexico trip, that was good. We got to catch up. That was fun.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. But no, it's a good time. Like I said, they have that. It's like a bar hop. It's a bar hop, not pub crawl. Well, I don't remember what they call it.
I mean, it's
you go around, you get like one of their cool like mead cups,
horns.
Yeah, horns or whatever, and then you get to. Some people go a little too far when it comes to like
does.
For
I will say the last time when I went there last year, they had a cigar guy, and he hand wrapped all the cigars. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There was the jousting thing.
Oh
Watched that once.
Yep, they have that a couple times throughout the day.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, they had one year where the guys came up afterwards, and I think I was like the only guy in the crowd rooting for like the bad guy just to be a
that's what I do.
Yeah. And he like kind of gave me a little bit of a just like, hey, I heard you. I was like, oh yeah, I was the only guy
I do the same thing. I always root for the bad guy because I feel bad for him.
Yeah, because
nobody's rooting for you, so it's like, you get one. Yeah, you can do it.
No, that's pretty intense. I mean, they don't like full on joust.
Yeah, no, but it's still pretty cool.
You'd probably die.
You can get hurt, seriously hurt.
Well, in the last couple of times they had like sparring, but they're beating the shit out of each other with like they had all their gear on.
Yeah,
but, like they were actually. I mean, I don't know if
you
like,
still feel the impact.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could like there was some concussion to the hits.
Oh
like, there was some force behind it. I mean, they weren't like slicing, but that was pretty cool. But then it's been a couple years since I've been, so I don't know if they have any new events. They have the zip line, which I'm sure is exhilarating.
I didn't even see that last time. I would not want to go on that. No. Not that high. No, I'm okay. But I mean, there's cool shops there. They got some interesting products and stuff. And most of that stuff's handmade and really cool.
Potions.
I mean, it was funny. There was actually a guy there.
Crystals.
There was a guy there selling mixed drinks as potions, and they came in little bottles like that big.
Nice.
And so each one was a different health, mana, whatever it was. It was kind of cool.
What's mana, Coop?
Don't start with me.
You know what mana is. Go
I
on.
do. We're not going into
Share it for the...
No.
Does mana have lore?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
No, you know what that means.
All right.
Notoriety.
So what else is going on? We've got Oktoberfest coming up. You said NASCAR is a good one.
Yes, next
weekend.
weekend. Yeah, so if you guys need some extra hours, I don't know if it's staffed or not. So hopefully, if you do, and I tell you to look into it, that it's still open. But I know they require a lot of officers each day. So
Beatty said Titan jousting.
Yeah, could find one of our smallest officers and Get another dog that's the size of Titus and have them joust. I don't know how well that would work.
That would be funny.
That would be interesting. Workman's comp for sure.
Yes.
But so yeah, Renfest. We got NASCAR. What else is there? Pumpkin spice lattes. Pumpkin spice lattes.
Of course, you're going to bring up pumpkin spice latte.
That's what I'm here for. It's that time of
It's
year.
not even that time yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
Have they already started that?
Oh yeah. I was at the grocery store and my wife texted me. She goes, "Hey, get pumpkin spice creamer." And I was like, it's every year it starts a little sooner.
Yeah.
To where like it's just going to be year round. I think one of these days.
LJ, thanks for joining us, man. I don't know. That's just.
All these people joining because they hear I'm back.
I wouldn't think they'd want to start pumpkin spice until October. Like, I think that'd be the
You're going to make more
time.
money if you start earlier, though.
That's true.
Like, and this was probably 2 weeks ago, and they had it. I think it was like one little section. Like, I'm sure now at the grocery store there's probably 3 or 4 different brands, but they had like one. I don't remember what brand. I think it was Starbucks, maybe. But just the creamer, and they had it.
Well, the creamer, that's understandable. Like, I can get that. But
Well, the coffee, yeah, we were at Aldi a couple days ago, and like they had a whole end of the aisle.
that doesn't surprise
dedicated
me. The whole
to
like
pumpkin
end cap
spice,
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, Aldi's got like a weird, like there's a couple aisles that never change. At least the one by me. I think this is how they all are.
Yeah.
And then there's like 2 aisles that is like kryptonite for my wife of just like knickknacks,
Everything.
like
yeah.
containers for
Tenting,
nothing.
camping equipment.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, car jacks,
Yeah.
and you're like, what is going? And she somehow comes out of there with a cart full of stuff every time. So, but they had a little section of that was all pumpkin spice, like cookies, coffee, Cheerios. Cheerios makes pumpkin spice.
This would be about the time that Hocus Pocus starts popping.
Oh yeah, the
popping up
Sanderson
the house,
sisters
huh?
have
Right?
been above the fireplace
Yeah.
since August 1st.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So going on a month and a half.
I said it's I know it's a big thing for
That's
yours.
right. Yeah, we haven't watched it yet. I've made her wait, and mostly because the last couple of years we've been together for a long time, but the last couple of years we've been getting into it more as far as Hocus Pocus goes.
There was a pop-up bar a while back. I can't
There's
remember what
another
it was. Is it? Have you looked into that to see if that's?
Yeah, I think Dee was telling me about it.
Yeah, you said if that's something you haven't done. You should look into that with her.
We did the Nightmare Before Christmas one. She's not a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan. Which
Really?
which is
That's
weird
really
because
weird.
I think I like that more than Hocus Pocus.
I do.
I grew up more.
And don't get me
on
wrong,
it,
Hocus,
maybe.
I like Hocus Pocus. It's good. It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
But Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, that's a classic.
Yeah.
You just that's what it is.
Yeah, Tim Burton's pretty darn good.
Love it.
The new Beetlejuice was good. I saw it.
I haven't seen that.
I'm
one
not
yet.
a big. Let me screw
I
my
was
chair.
I was thinking.
I'm not a big Beetlejuice fan. Or, I mean, I'm not against Beetlejuice, but like I'm not like a, Beetlejuice aficionado.
Yeah.
It came out before I was even alive, believe it or not. I thought it was for sure 90s, but it was 88.
It was 88.
Yeah. And so we were watching it the other day, and I remember I've only seen it like probably all the way through like 2 or 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen it
When it comes to like seasonal movies,
Yeah.
like, or not Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, I can't tell you how many times. All the Home Alones, any kind of
Countless.
seasonal, Christmas with the Cranks. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
I did see. And we had this discussion last year, and I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, yeah, Die Hard.
Die Hard. I
Yeah.
watch it every Christmas. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody says. It's to me that's my Christmas movie. So that's the one
Yeah.
I watch every year.
I
But,
think Bruce Willis announced that it's not.
he did.
Yeah.
I still don't care.
Yeah.
It still is to me.
Yeah.
And then, but when we talk about like that, we do that. We're getting closer to Thanksgiving.
We kind of skip over Thanksgiving, go straight to Christmas, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
I
Halloween,
don't.
Halloween. And
I don't.
Then, like,
I'm going to do my traditional Thanksgiving thing this year. Again.
yes, that's true. Yeah.
So we got that to look forward to. For
I mean,
those.
we still celebrate it, but there's Christmas decorations up, so
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
it drives my younger
Neighbors.
brother nuts when he comes. No, so this year, I'm glad you brought that up. This is important. I will have to show my wife this podcast. We've never really decorated the outside. We do a little bit for Christmas, but
Okay.
our basement's a walkout and it faces the street, so that's way too high for me to go up on a ladder.
Yeah.
Just not gonna happen.
You said
don't
you
do
used to hang
heights.
lights out on your like
On my deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll do like the icicle lights.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and then we strung them up around the post of the awning over our like basement area, and that looked really good. But then like halfway through the season, they went out. Like some of them did, and once one goes out, they all go out, kind of thing. So we ended up turning those off. But I've never done anything in the yard for Halloween, and I think that's cool to do. My wife says it's tacky, but
I think it's cool.
not against anybody.
If you do it right, it's cool.
Yes. So they have this huge skeleton, like the size of like his diaphragm's like literally the size of like that wall
Yeah.
to an extent, and like it's like he's climbing out of the ground because that's how big he is. Like if it were to be full size, he'd probably be like 3 stories tall.
Okay.
But they have some that are like 12, 15 feet high, and they're a couple $100. But this one, he's like climbing out, and I thought it's tastefully done. And we kind of have a swooping front yard towards kind of the main drive. I think it'd be cool because he's kind of coming down on top of you, and I got shut down.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I think like $300. I mean, that's a drop in the bucket for what she's going to spend on new decorations for Christmas.
Hocus pocus.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was told no. What is your take on that?
I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea.
What does the audience think?
I had a neighbor a long time ago, and he would. Well, I should say my grandmother had a neighbor. Every Halloween, I stayed at her house, so he was my neighbor for Halloween. And he used to do very tactfully because we had there was a couple of neighbors and it was just like way overboard with decorations,
like zombies, and ghosts hanging out of the trees,
and then there was like graveyard with fog machine, but he did it where he would just put like 5 or 6 fake graves in the yard, a fog machine going,
headstones,
and then he would always every year he would sit as a scarecrow. With a candy bowl in his hands, and with the kids that were like no fear, but with the kids that hesitated, he'd just sit there.
Right, it would scare them.
It was always tactful.
Yeah,
my stepdad one year decided that it would be funny to try something similar. Did not go over well, so he left the garage door open like that much, and he would reach out with it. Yeah, but it was just real funny and tactful, and so I thought it was real cool. But I mean, something like that, that's very tactful. It's as long as you decorate around it.
Yeah, I did that as a kid. There's actually pictures of me. I'm in pajama pants and like white like crew neck socks, like so obviously like I'm sitting cross-legged. You can see it's a human being, like it's obvious.
Yeah,
and I'm in the ghost face mask with like my hoodie with a hood on, and I got the bowl in my lap, and my mom took a picture of me because I was scaring little kids one time. I was a little kid myself, but I was like looking back and I'm like, how do people not like I'm wearing tennis shoes. You can see it's a person. And I remember I got a few kids that year. So, but that was the one and only time I did that. My neighbors did it, and I think I copycatted them the next year. So.
Yeah. But
yeah, stuff like that I think is great. We don't have enough children in we don't have enough children in our neighborhood.
Area.
Yeah. It's mostly like retired.
Yeah.
It's a very quiet neighborhood, which don't get me wrong, I prefer.
Which is probably why she says no and she shut you down, is because it's not like it's...
Yeah, but it's for me. When I drive home from work, I'm like, oh, look at the look at the skeleton. Oh, yeah. That's the whole point.
I mean, if you do it right and you've got like you got the kids coming around and getting the candy and stuff, I think it's cool. But I mean, if there's no,
it's for me. I don't really. I think it'll look cool. I'll take a picture and we'll post it on the podcast or the website.
There you go.
Whatever Brian wants. I think he's at a convention, so he can't yell at us for not staying on task. Which
it's fine.
Eat me. But okay. So other than that, what else do we talk about this time of year? So there's pumpkin spice. Not a lot of weather. Well, it's warmer than normal.
It is.
But we'll get to that towards the end. But I was hoping to get some buy-in from the audience. They didn't really back me up on wanting to put yard decorations.
Yeah, they absolutely left you to.
And actually, so like the neighborhood kind of close to like next to mine. As you're leaving mine, there's one I got to drive through to get to like my grocery store and like kind of my nearby places. And there's explain it. It should be like a Y, but there's like a median, and then there's a little grassy area. And so like it's gonna be hard talking into the camera to explain it. Like it's like a Y in the road. Okay. 2 roads come together, but you can turn left or right before the grass area to turn down that road. So it's like a U, and then it Y's
out.
Yeah, Y's up. And so as you're coming on the left side, which is where I'm coming from, people could come to their right and they yield to you, which is, I don't know who's supposed to yield to you, who in that point. But anyway, they decorate that middle piece. And when they do, it's hard to see over all the decorations.
Oh, no.
So you don't know if you're going to just get blasted. So you kind of just
inch forward.
Yeah. But and it's actually really well done. It's hay bales, pumpkins, and scarecrows. And it's nice because poop heads don't come and vandalize it or steal stuff. And
let me ask one for you. What about how do you feel about haunted houses? Because I've got the ones like the Beast down and the West Bottoms and stuff like that. What do you think?
I've got a funny story about that. I was middle school so we were at a basketball game. I was playing with my buddies, and we were all kind of deciding what we were going to do after the game, and like we were playing the game, and we're sitting on the bench talking, and we're like, well, let's do haunted houses. As a kid, I was terrified of them. I was like, I'm terrified of haunted houses, but I couldn't not be cool. I had to hang out with my buddies, and so I went, and they had like this airbrush T-shirt section. So I'm over there, and this is back when we had just gotten. This is right for September 11th. Mm-hmm. So they had like these pro-America shirts, which I was all about. Obviously, most people that know me, I'm big on that. So I'm kind of enthralled in that, and. Was it an excuse to not go in the haunted house? Maybe. But at the same time, I was like super interested. And so while I'm there, we had just gotten there. And I'm like trying to build. I'm like, all right, it'll be fine. We'll be all right. They can't touch you. Yeah. I'm working myself up. This comes from being forced to watch The Exorcist as a child by my older brother. And I couldn't reach the off button.
Yeah.
Because it was too high up. And the door was locked to the basement, so I was in a black basement with The Exorcist playing.
Nowhere to go.
Traumatized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just like cuddled up in the corner. I was like, find a happy place. And so I just had this irrational fear of little girls in like gowns and old ladies. And so I was a frightened young child. And I'm not saying stuff doesn't scare me now. Sure it does. But I was like irrationally afraid of that.
Absolutely.
And all the haunted houses have that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. And long story short, I'm browsing through the T-shirt section with my buddy's mom that took us. She's kind of our chaperone. And all of a sudden, we see this helicopter overhead, and all these cop cars are flying everywhere. Some guy shot an off-duty KCPD officer in the beast while we were there, like hundreds of feet away.
Oh.
And so my whole, like, don't go in there was justified. Like, not that I would have been in there when it happened kind of thing, but just so happened to be.
It turns into one of those, it's like, see, this is why we don't go to haunted houses.
Exactly. I was too young to notice. I was just like, get us the hell out of here. And because they closed down the roads and roadblocks and stuff. And obviously, someone getting shot, let alone an off-duty police officer, the cavalry's coming, and they're going to handle business. And I don't ever remember. I was too young to remember what happened from it. But, yeah, I was down there. And I remember we walked around this corner at one point. This is before the shooting happened. And there's like these these haunted house like actors are all like out back smoking cigarettes, and they see us, and of course they take it as an opportunity to like be extra ghouly and weird. And I just remember grabbing my buddy's mom's like leg. I was like, "Get us out of here!
Can we go?"
Yeah, the bad guys are here. And yeah, I'd say within an hour of being down there. So they shut it all down. We couldn't go, but
it played into your this is why we don't.
As I got older and realized that that stuff's all fugazi or whatever. I kind of dabbled here and there, and to be honest, the best ones are at Zona Rosa, at Worlds of Fun. They're not as expensive. Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. They're not as expensive. At least they weren't the last couple of years I went. But basically, if you go towards the end of the day at Worlds of Fun, which it's a good time. I've been enough. I've lived in Kansas City long enough to where I'm probably not going to go every year. I'm not going to get a pass. But if somebody wants to go in the fall, it's cooler in the evening. You go towards later in the day. Probably go after work. Go around like 5 or 6. Ride a couple rides, and as it starts to get dark, they kind of it turns into like this Halloween Worlds of Fun and or haunted house world. And so they set up a couple haunted houses. They had like this doll house. My wife's just irrationally terrified of dolls.
I'll tell you what.
So that was good.
Like the ceramic dolls?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yep. Nope. And they have like a little doll voice and everything. Yeah, she's like super terrified of them. And so we went to that one. There was a girl I knew from college that was a manager down there, so we got to go to the front of the line, which was cool. There was that one. There was the corn maze one, which was really cool. And there was like an insane asylum, which if you're like not privy to like strobe lights, don't go to that one. It was so like stroby and smoky, you could barely see a hand in front of your face, and then they come and jump in front of you, and that was pretty fun. But the best part is the groups when I go with my family, I'm the biggest guy, so I of course am volunteered to be the spearhead. I'm the first person through. Well, people don't realize they don't mess with the first guy, because if they scare the first guy, the rest of the line, because we're all grabbing onto each other, the rest of the line knows it's coming.
So they let the first guy go through.
They always hit the middle guy, or sometimes the caboose. They're smart enough that if you scare the first guy, then it ruins it for everybody. Right. Every once in a while you will, but majority of the time, I'll walk right by and they'll get the people behind me. And my wife is literally half my size, so like they pick on her and my sisters, and So that one's fun. And then honestly, nothing against the West Bottom. Sorry if anybody's listening that works there or has family members that work there. It's like $80.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And it's like maybe an hour and a half. like I could spend $80 for an hour a lot differently.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's a little high priced for me.
Yeah,
personally. But I mean, other than that, if you guys have any events or anything that you guys know of, throw them in the comments. Let them know. Let the locals know what's going on, so everybody can have a little bit of fun this season. Always remember to enjoy your pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin patch.
I think the best way to do that is to pour it down the drain, but that's fine.
One or two a year. It's not like I drink it every day. I'll do 1 or 2 a year. Another good one is Vala's Pumpkin Patch in Nebraska. That's where we're going to go in a couple weeks when we're visiting some family. Okay. It's massive.
The corn mazes are fun.
I think it's like hundreds of acres.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, corn mazes are fun. That's a good, like, if you're dating, perfect thing to do with a date. Is pumpkin patches, haunted houses. They're just fun activities that kind of get you out of your element a little bit. You get to know who you're dating. So, yeah, those are good date ideas.
Absolutely.
Come here for more dating advice.
So we'll hop over to the weather real quick, and then we'll let you guys get to enjoying your weekend. So what we're looking at now has been 93 today. Saturday, we're looking at 86. Partly cloudy with Sunday 69 with some thunderstorms. Monday 64 and cloudy. Tuesday 72, partly cloudy. Wednesday 77 and sunny. Thursday 78, partly cloudy. Friday 77, Saturday 77, and Sunday 77, all partly cloudy for that. So looking at a moderately warm week next week still, even though we are getting into the fall time.
Yeah, it was getting colder in the evenings there for a little bit, but now it's back to like
moderate.
Yeah, we had the false fall, and then you get a little bit of summer where I got to cut my yard one more time.
But, I know you're waiting for that, so you don't have to anymore.
Die, grass, die.
So we appreciate it, guys. We'll let you get to enjoying the rest of your day and your weekend. Thank you guys so much. We wouldn't be able to do this stuff without you. Again, with you guys out in the field, we appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Take care,
guys.